As we stay on this topic, now French President Emmanuel Macron has suggested Geneva as the possible host for a peace summit between Russian President Vladimir Putin and Ukrainian leader Volodymyr Zelensky. The summit is expected after both men meet separately with U.S. President Donald Trump. Speaking after high-stakes talks at the White House, Macron has said the meeting would be held in Europe, likely in neutral Switzerland. He noted the last direct talks between Russia and Ukraine took place in Istanbul, Turkey. Macron has added that France and UK will brief allies on the Washington meetings, especially on security guarantees for Ukraine. He stressed any concessions to Russia will be decided solely by Kyiv and warned against legitimizing territorial gains by force. Let's listen into what the French President Emmanuel Macron has said.
Ce sera un pays neutre qui sera et nous-mêmes nous le souhaitons. Et donc peut-être la Suisse, je plaide pour Genève, ou un autre pays, demain, ces réunions. On lance ce travail sur les garanties de sécurité demain. Ce travail est un peu un préalable à tous les rendez-vous. Dans les jours ou peut-être petites semaines qui viennent, on va tout faire pour qu'il y ait cette réunion à deux. Ensuite, l'idée c'est que vraiment d'ici à début septembre, il puisse y avoir ce sommet trilatéral. Mais il y a tout le travail avant qui doit être fait sur les garanties de sécurité. Donc les 15 jours qui viennent sont absolument critiques. Nous, pour finaliser le travail avec les Américains, pour mettre de la substance sur les garanties de sécurité, très important. Mais surtout, on va lever les ambiguïtés. Est-ce que le président Poutine veut vraiment la paix? On le saura. S'il fait cette réunion à 2 puis à 3, c'est qu'il le veut.
Now we go back to our guest discussion with Gleb Borukov. He's an international affairs expert. Thank you, Gleb, for staying with us. Now, given Europe's limited direct involvement in peace process, especially when compared to the U.S., how effective do you think Macron's suggestion of hosting a summit in Switzerland or in Europe?
Look, from a technical perspective, I'm not sure if Switzerland is actually a neutral country in this conflict. Switzerland has been classified as a hostile country by Russia. So Russia has a list of these countries which are hostile and which are amicable. So Switzerland is on the hostile list. Also, we need not forget that there is an active arrest order by the international courts against President Putin. So, and I'm not sure, but I need to I'm assuming that Switzerland is part of this agreement. So technically, if Mr. Putin lands somewhere in Europe, including Switzerland, he might be technically arrested. So that is a technicality that needs to be dealt with first and foremost. But ultimately, look, there are other suitable places in the world where such a meeting can take place. I mean, you have the whole GCC region, the Middle East, you have Turkey, United States have demonstrated that it's a safe place for Mr. Putin to go as well. So it doesn't need to be Europe necessarily. I think choosing the place for such a meeting is more of a technicality. I think we need to look into the core essence as to whether such meeting will actually happen. You know, if the parties involved decide to organize such a meeting, they will find a suitable place. But as far as Switzerland is concerned, I think there are those technical limitations which I mentioned.
Thank you very much, Gleb Borukov, for joining us and sharing your insight throughout our news on this topic from Moscow. Thank you very much. Now we move on to our next news.